Gotta start with laughter.
Well,
Look,
here we are.
it's a studio of sorts.
It's official.
It's officially begun.
And Kenny and I are sharing a mic.
We're sharing a mic for the moment.
Seems like we're doo-wopping. All right, so we
All
see,
caps.
look at this room full of nerds. Oh my goodness. Afternoon, guys. Hello there. Surprise. We are together for the first time like this. We were together one other time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible.
It was real bad.
It was for your 30th birthday, so it was like nice and everything, but our knees were touching. Our knees are touching now.
Our knees are close.
Our knees
They're
are
not
touching,
touching.
but they're
You have to talk this way.
they're close.
Yeah, when I talk, I'm moving this
No,
way.
you looked that way.
We had mic issues.
After
We
it was
had
done.
3 mics. It was pro. We'd go to test the stream. Kenny's mic doesn't work. It is Kenny's fault, but I mean,
Hookshot said, glad to see you guys together after almost 5 years. Almost, yeah, September
7
would be 5 years.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, gone really fast.
Since that episode,
That was the last time that we were together.
we're
Yeah.
old.
That was the last time I've seen Kenny.
Why are we so old?
Body to
I mean,
body.
the last time you saw me was a second ago.
But I'm talking body to body. Hello, Belgium. Everybody tell us where you're tuning in from right now. Your address, zip code, and yeah, let us know where you're coming from. We're coming from Texas.
Also, think of questions.
That's
We
all I'll
we,
say.
we normally when we do
That's as
Q&A,
far as we
we
need to
tell you guys to come with questions, but we didn't do that.
But
No.
really, yeah, this is just an informal time to kind of like announce what's up and say hello.
Is the music in the background too loud, by the way, guys?
Dylan said it's good. All right, let's see where's everyone's
Farmer
come
guy's
from.
coming from
New York.
Austria.
Reginald's come from New York. Well, you're going fast. Farmer guy, Austria. We got a Georgia. We got a
We
the
got
lake.
a Georgia.
Hookshot's at the lake.
Your lake?
I was there 2 days ago.
Huh?
Sean's from Tennessee. We got Dylan from Wisconsin, Colorado, with Antonin, of course.
Sweden, London, Boulder, Phoenix.
You
We
think
got
you're talking
all
in the
kinds- No, I'm not, but that's okay.
Y'all are
They can-
kissing.
They can
I-
hear me.
We need to figure out. Hey, if anyone knows
If the donation
audio,
is big enough.
if anyone knows audio stuff, tell us how to fix this.
Selena from Wisconsin. Game Boys up in Pensacola, Florida.
Love me some Pensacola.
Garlisle, that's about the only thing we know about you, Canada.
Yeah, that's as specific as he'd like to get.
Same with this guy.
Yeah, I don't even like
Wait,
them knowing that we're in Texas
Kenny,
right now.
Kenny wouldn't give Dustin his Wi-Fi password in order to log in to do important podcast stuff. He had to do it for him because he didn't want him to know.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
It's a password
That-
I use for more than one thing, which is a bad habit, and so he
And
didn't
it's
need to know it.
Dustin, and you think he's going to take that and ruin your life?
No.
You
but
do.
He might make fun of it because you don't know. It might be a humorous password, and then do that in front of somebody, and then that person has a big mouth, and then the CIA.
Thank you, Hookshot. We spent all morning trying to get it set up. We probably could have used another hour.
Yeah.
Oh, two.
Obviously, we're not quite there yet, but we'll get there.
And so, okay, let's do this. We are this week planning to record a healthy amount of NGP related content for you. And we're going to be using this setup primarily. It's our first time using a green screen. It's our first time being in the room together.
This
It's
isn't a
the-
green screen. We're in a back alley
Hence
with a
the
neon light.
Yeah, it's a neon light. Hence the shout out a second ago that we all have a slight green glow. We're working on the logistics here.
And we are going to record an episode, an Elements episode. We're going to record some secret episodes for our patrons. What else?
First play,
We're gonna do our actual
Wait,
normal episode.
couch co-op first play.
We're gonna do some live streams of various sorts, all sorts of stuff. If you can imagine it, we're gonna do it.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Don't put us in
If the
that
money
corner.
is there. We are going to put the schedule up on our Patreon tonight so that everybody can kind of plan the next few days. I'm in town. This guy's taking off.
I
You
don't
working
work.
tomorrow?
Kenny doesn't have a job.
Kenny doesn't have a job.
That's not true.
And we are going to be recording almost all day, every day for the next 3 days. Today, Thursday, and Friday. And so we're just going to have a lot of content. Some of it's going to be live for you, but a lot of it is going to be pre-recorded. We're going to try to do the best, audio, video possible, and then we'll release it over the coming days and weeks. So you can expect to see us together for the next 2 or 3 weeks at least.
Absolutely.
Wait, I didn't think about it that way. There's gonna be a delay to the content.
So
That's
some of
cool.
it, absolutely.
Yeah. Because for us, it's gonna feel like it's over in 2 seconds, but we're gonna use that content for a bit.
Garlau has a good point. Since we are together, some of you who have already submitted your Patreon pool games might want to change your submissions.
Submissions, yeah.
Since we are together.
Maybe multiplayer focused, maybe rage-inducing focused, so I can see Kenny get mad in person.
Yeah, because I'm the one that rages at video games.
Depends on the game. But in first place,
Rocket League? Who rages the hardest
Rocket
at
League's not a game.
Rocket League's an anomaly.
Okay, who rages the hardest at League of Legends?
Me.
Okay, who
But-
rages the hardest at anything else we
But
play?
I don't rage at retro games like you do. That's like the easiest game.
Okay, we're going to do a Q&A. Before we get there, something that would be extremely helpful is if you click thumbs up to this video, so you like this video, and if you share it, feel free to share it on any social media, but at least that like will help, and then if you talk in chat, obviously that helps as well. We want to get everyone here. I know that Dylan has posted for us on social media. I don't know if anyone's... we don't have to make an announcement in Discord, I don't think, because that is automatic with the events now.
Yeah. The events feature that we use often. Well, we have been using it more. And if you see that, you should hit interested so we know that you're ready to join up on one of those.
Reginald made a post suggesting that we play Monopoly together this week, and I'm 100% for that.
Monopoly's not a
Monopoly?
real game.
Yeah,
I
no.
like Monopoly, but it's not a real board game.
No, that's not happening.
It certainly is, and I would dominate everybody, but
It's a game of chance.
it's a luck-driven game that your strategy and your ability to play and work things together has a big influence on it.
Are y'all going to kiss?
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
he
trying
just
to get
hugged
him
me.
to have mic etiquette, and he's just not going to do it.
That's
so
what that is.
I'm
yes, I'm trying.
literally
He hasn't
looking
even
right
looked at
here.
it, though. So like,
He doesn't even know the phone's in front.
Why would I look at the phone? I'm trying to have eye contact and have a good presence and be entertaining.
this is the last time we're doing this.
Yeah, easily.
Okay,
And
so we're
also-
just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna talk. And when he wants to lean way over, he can tell me about mic etiquette.
I have a newfound respect for people that produce stuff like this often.
Oh, absolutely.
because,
it's
like-
a ton of work just doing the setup and like
And if you don't have a space for it.
absolutely.
But this is a back alley, though. This is real.
yeah, we found the New Game Plus alley, and that's where we are. Have mic etiquette. Lean in.
To start our Q&A, we're going to ask you a Q and you're going to A. They're talking about board games. We're talking about board games. I'm looking at some of Kenny's board games right now, and where I will not tell you where we are, what room of the anywhere, but I am looking at board games. What is your favorite board game? I'm looking at Ticket to Ride. I'm looking at Seven Wonders. I'm looking at Settlers of Catan. Is this okay for me to tell them the board games you got?
Yeah, you just can't give all of them, or it becomes personally identifiable as a collection.
That's
and then someone can
that's
find me.
not a thing.
Am I seeing Twister in there? You like Twister?
Got some Twister in there. Latest board game I've added to my collection that is new, but that I've actually been kind of digging is Azul. It's sort of a pattern-based
I've heard of it.
game
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really fun. Yeah.
I've actually seen people. So I'm on a board game subreddit where they've made their own actual tiles, like out of like actual tile.
Yeah.
To play that game. I don't know anything about it, but it looks.
It's
like
a pretty game. I considered
All
buying.
right,
Yeah,
we're
it's
starting
fun.
to get some answers. Betrayal at House on the Hill.
That one's so fun, and we would have fun playing it
Do you
together.
have it?
I don't have it, but I would get it just for us. They can hear me. I'm talking straight into the mic.
I'm gonna keep doing this.
It's a role-playing, like haunted house themed.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I saw Dominion in there. Remember Dominion?
Dominion's
I
great,
love
So good.
Dominion.
but you've got to have the expansions.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Yahtzee,
I
Low
love
tier.
Yahtzee.
Absolutely low tier. It's
Fantasy
next to
Realms.
Monopoly.
You should play Easy Rage. Ingenious is a great one. Omen, card games.
Munchkin, I also am a big fan of. Munchkin is a lot of fun. You got to play with the right people though, and I don't know if these guys are the right people
no,
to get into Munchkin.
Someone tried to get us to play that game. It's terrible.
No, it's great.
No, is you just make it up as you play or something?
No,
Yes.
but it's a great game.
There are no rules. I'm also noticing I do this thing that my dad does where his nostrils, like he flares them when he talks, and so I don't like that.
I think card games are board games.
No.
No.
Oh no.
But they are tabletop
Is
games.
Codenames
They're not
a board game, though?
Games. Yeah. Codenames is
Yeah,
a board game.
I agree.
There's no board.
It doesn't matter.
This is the board.
It doesn't matter.
That's the board during card games.
No. That's not how it works.
No?
Yes, card games count as tabletop games, but no, they're not board games.
Correct.
Overtly.
There are no dice and stuff like that, and there's no currency, and it's just the cards. It's all in the cards.
All right. We are going to officially start our Q&A. Here's how this is going to work. You can ask questions live in the chat. We'll take one at a time, which means you are probably going to have to copy paste your question, not multiple times in a row,
And please don't spam it.
but you're going to, if we're only going to be able to answer one at a time, and it might take a little bit, we're not going to scroll back up, so you'll have to share that question again. Does that make sense, everybody?
And also the delay is...
Oh yeah, and the
So bad.
delay.
But yeah, we'll see stuff in chat and we'll talk through it and you all understand. So if you got Q's, we got A's. Go ahead and post them. In the meantime, though,
People are upset about the card games
not being board games.
Yeah, or they're saying
Why?
they are not board games.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
Dustin's
Dustin
wrong
yeah.
as per usual.
I think he's stuck on the fact that you keep them stored in the same place as board games.
No, but that makes sense.
that makes sense. Yes, but they're not the same.
Y'all don't speak for me.
We do, because you're not speaking.
All right. First question. When are you moving down here, Dustin? Hookshot asked that. Do you want to answer first?
I mean, for you? It was for you.
So the plan is to just not let him leave this time. He doesn't know that yet. But I have some shackles that just in case.
I mean, that's...
Take the shackles off my feet.
Don't. So yeah, that'd be the best. But like realistically, probably never.
Okay,
When the podcast is successful enough,
I have
that
a better
he feels
question.
like it can be our job.
Garlisle said, Nolan, I literally just bought Elden Ring. A, are you proud? And 2, what one thing should I know?
Who is it? A and 2? Oh, it was Garlisle.
It depends, Garlisle.
Perfect.
If this is your first Souls game, you should expect nothing. If it's your second, third, whatever Souls game, you should expect the new Skyrim.
It's a high bar, but I think it's close.
I've asked Nolan just recently, but he still thinks that I would like Elden Ring.
I do.
Elden
Scrolls?
Ring.
You keep doing
Keep
that.
saying Elden Scrolls.
All right. I think you would. I think you'd be frustrated, but the feeling of failing and getting better feels better than winning a 40-minute league game. It's the best feeling.
Nolan, this question's for you. Angriest you've ever gotten at a video game? Go.
Rocket League with Dustin, playing 2v2, and everyone's an idiot, and that game sucks, and the devs are idiots, and the company that published it are actual idiots. So it's Rocket League. Anytime I sit down to play it,
And
I don't play it.
He's still mad about it to this day.
I don't play that game. It's bad.
Rocket League is a wonderful game, and it's not even a purpose to be rage-inducing. You're in a big car playing soccer.
Do y'all
It's
remember?
a competitive game.
Do y'all remember we had another gaming friend years ago that we used to play with consistently.
Yes.
And he would literally break controllers, keyboards,
Yeah.
monitors too, somewhat frequently.
Yeah.
Because he would rage so hard at things.
I think
We're
that's
not
funny.
there, but it was so expensive, his anger, and it always made me laugh so
I mean,
hard.
I've thought about doing those things when I play Rocket League, but I would never do those things. I couldn't destroy something.
Nolan and I had a friend in Louisiana that would rage harder than anybody,
That's what I was
and
talking
he would
about.
That's what I was talking about.
he would have to get a new controller each week.
It was really funny though.
That's a good story.
He'd be
Dustin.
like-
I'm glad you thought of that.
He'd be like, I'm listening through speakers right now. I'd be like, why? And he's like, broke my other headset. He would just rip them off.
All right, we've got actually Dylan helping us with some of the questions. So you don't have to copy paste every single one of them. I'm asking him to grab the names as well, but we'll start with this one. What's the best video game song, Nolan? Many.
So many. The one that always comes to mind when someone asks me this question is the main theme from Chrono Trigger. It's just too good to be in that game, first of all, and the game's already amazing. And it still bops. I don't know. That's the one that came to mind. You would think it'd be a Zelda one for me, but
There is objectively better music than the answer I'm about to give you.
Halo theme?
No, but that one's so good. That should have been my answer.
That's an objective answer.
There's some really good Final Fantasy. Like, there's tons of really, really, really good music.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that because it gets in my head, it pops in there randomly, and I sing it often. And when it
He's not
gets
gonna
in my
tell us.
head, I can't get it out of my head, and everybody recognizes it. I'm just going to say main Mario 1 background music. Not like best song
Wrong
ever,
answer.
but like it's the it lives in my head rent free, and
I know, but that's not
that's
your
maybe
answer.
not the question. Maybe I answered a parallel question and not the question itself.
Of course you did.
But
What's your answer?
It's an answer.
It's an answer.
It's like one of the songs on Final Fantasy 13 is I don't even know their names honestly, so it's probably not.
the battle
best.
theme?
I,
Lightning's theme.
There's so many really good Final Fantasy 13 songs. I'm trying to think.
It's kind of an impossible question. It's almost like saying name the best music.
No. I have a revised answer. It's better. It's less political. Mine is easily title music from Ocarina of Time. That piano, insane.
Less political.
Yeah.
Did I say the Russian?
No.
national
I was talking about
anthem?
mine. I was talking about mine.
You said something political?
Yeah, it's just like like Chrono Trigger soundtrack is considered GOAT by all, and so that's why I chose it. But its main title theme when the start screen is up on Ocarina of Time and he's galloping.
That's
that's
so good.
Yeah, come on.
I do have a comment to make. Since we are in person, we should do more physical touching while we're recording.
Knees.
Because we're not able to do that when we're apart.
You're right.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know. Our knees will touch. That's certain.
You keep saying that, but your knees have not touched mine at all.
I'll touch them.
All right, let's go to another question. I like that, Kenny. I'm fine with that. What are your favorite multiplayer games? That's from Super Gamer Guy. What are your favorite multiplayer games?
League of Legends.
Lately, that's up there.
Dustin knows it's a great game.
Okay, here's the answer. Just legitimately, the answer is whatever game I can convince Dustin to actually play at any given moment, which is no video games.
That's true. We don't play the game. Played the game.
We don't play the game.
Let's see. I mean, if we're talking retro, I'm thinking Sunset Riders. I'm thinking I've never been a kart person, so the Mario Karts are fine and they're great, but that's not my kind of game. I'm not much of a multiplayer kind of person. I like my single player RPGs. So
yeah.
But Sunset Riders, some of those Ninja Turtle games, that's why I'm kind of super excited about the Cowabunga collection. If we're talking about more recent, I mean, I respect League for what it is, but the community is absolute trash, and including y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all are so
I contribute a
evil
lot
and
of bad
vile.
stuff to that game.
Kenny is typing paragraphs, and I hear him sometimes.
On that
I am
loud
not
keyboard.
that bad. I don't get nearly as angsty as some people.
I think that our answer as a group is Hades. Even though that's
Even
not
though
a
it's not
multiplayer.
multiplayer, we multiplayer.
That's actually our
together.
answer.
Yeah.
Hades has been our best multiplayer experience. Playing a single player and one person
Couch co-op online.
one person's playing single player, the other person's guiding and the third person's watching.
Third person's just there to critique.
All right, Nolan, take us to another one.
Okay. Are you getting the new Lego Sonic set? That's from Game Boy.
And that's the one you picked? I guess we're answering all of them.
Yeah.
No?
No.
I wish. Probably of the three of us, I'm the most likely person to secretly keep.
No,
and,
you're on Lincoln Logs
and
still.
have a Lego collection and like make that a thing. And I actually kind of would. it would not fly with my wife though. Like,
Oh, you would go
she's
too hard.
She's so anti-cloud. I would have to buy it, build it, take a picture of it to prove that I did, and then like give it to Goodwill 3 days later, or it would become.
He's
a
got
problem.
Lincoln Logs in the closet.
So no, we're not doing the Legos. Good question though.
Yeah, thanks, Game Boy.
Let's see. Dan said nope. Dan said, Nolan, have you finished Alien Soldier on Super Hard yet?
No.
He hasn't played it since we stopped the episode on it.
No, because there are too many good games. Elden Ring exists, etc.
Etc.
Yeah.
Give me one more cetera.
Work, play, serve.
Let's see. We've got a question. Dominique, hey Dom, are y'all
Dom.
friends with your friend that would rage and break stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nolan and I had a guy that we were connected to, and he would rage and break stuff, controllers and walls.
And yeah, we're friends with him. Yeah.
His address is.
It's good terms because it's funny to talk about now.
Chris said, I think Chris is Brojim. He said, "What is the status of NGP Plus Productions company?"
Taken.
That's also top secret.
I mean,
no, we legitimately are trying to do new things, expand the stuff that we do, be more quality entertainment, up our production value, up the kind of content that we give to you guys. Some of that happens, like technically, some of that happens like behind the scenes in terms of like who we are.
Can you pause for a second? Look who's in chat. Up top. So yeah, I mean, look, this is a part of that.
This is a studio.
We are in a studio.
Next question is, okay, this is for Dustin and Nolan. I lost it. Okay, do either Nolan or Dustin think they could take Kenny in a fight? Like seriously.
That's a great question, and I'm curious the answer.
Yes. What? That's
I don't
not a
think
tough-
so. I don't think you're tripping.
Nolan's tripping.
I think
I mean, Dustin's tripping.
I'm sure.
No, Nolan knows.
Kenny is like. Kenny would overpower you stronger
The word
than you.
you're looking for is scrappy.
I think you're just stronger than us.
I don't think I'm like physically. I'm taller than Dustin and some things that would
No,
also
I'm not
help,
saying I think
but,
you
like,
can
he
lift
hits-
more
he
weights.
hits the gym. Yeah, I don't.
I think that still though there's
I got that like dad bod
Yeah,
strength
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dad bod strength. He would destroy you. I can't take Kenny in a fight. No.
Y'all, there are so many people that I couldn't take in a fight. Kenny is not one of them. Kenny has no muscle.
Kenny throws
And
pocket
that's why-
sand and then he throws his hat at your face and then he tackles you and suffocates
This
you.
is insane.
Yeah,
that's
that's why.
true.
That's why it would go so well. He would underestimate me, and Nolan's right. I'd fight dirty, and it would not be a long ordeal.
Let's go to another question because that is absolutely
We're about
ridiculous.
to see Dustin rage at a video game comment.
Hey, it's a good question. Let's continue the conversation of multiplayer games. Garlisle asked what multiplayer games should he or anyone submit to the Patreon pool this week.
We have input. I mean, WarioWare Inc. for the Game Boy Advance. No, Super Smash Brothers we haven't played yet. I don't think that would be crazy.
That would be actually a lot of fun.
Do you own it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I need to look at my
Look in the
N64
box, but-
cards. I think I have it.
We have the.
I think Mario Party would be more fun than
That'd be
like Smash
crazy.
Bros.
I don't know. They would both be great. I mean, Mario Party though. Oh, that would be good because we're talking about board games and stuff, and that game's not okay. Mario Party's the worst.
It's like Monopoly.
It is, yes, it's the worst game of all time, but it's the best.
And I'd be okay if we did something like the old NES version of Wheel of Fortune that's not multiplayer, and we just got to be competitive.
No,
And it ruined the week, but
that's
I
the
had
worst
fun with
answer. Do not submit Wheel of Fortune.
That's the same kind of answer like Kenny being able to beat me
No,
in a fight.
No, he could. That's a different.
Yo, I don't believe that y'all actually believe that.
it. Okay, I got a puzzle for you, Wheel of Fortune style.
Riddler. All right.
Yeah. The clue is who wins in a fight between Dustin and Kenny, and then the clue on the screen is blank blank in why. Solve it for me.
I wasn't listening to anything he just said.
Next question.
I'm not gonna lie.
Dig me out. Next
Clint
question.
asked, "What is your favorite game you've played on the podcast?"
That's such a big question.
We've answered it a
Final
couple
Fantasy VII.
No. But a more interesting answer, like one you didn't know about.
Some possibilities that come to mind. I'm not gonna just land on one, but some
Okay.
possibilities. Maybe Chrono Trigger, maybe Bucky O'Hare.
Bucket, here's me. I think of our top 10 stream that we did not that long ago, and my answers there were like Portal. I mean, Half-Life.
Oh, okay. I was like, did we play Portal?
Half-Life 1. Bucky O'Hare was on my list. Seiken Densetsu was another one we all like. I don't know. I feel like we've
There's
answered
so
that one
many.
a lot.
It's so hard to pick, even to remember them all. Like,
Yeah.
you remember certain highlights, but not all of them.
You said second. You just said Second Densetsu.
Yeah.
That was a huge gem. The one where you're going through different time periods and you have your dog that transforms.
Yeah. I get that one confused with
Right. There's two.
Secret of
the one where the
Evermore?
swords change. I think that's Secret of Evermore.
I think so too.
But though we played some really good games. Also Vigilante 8.
Woo!
Don't.
No. Game Boy said favorite celebrity. That's a quick one. Kenny doesn't have one for sure.
Rihanna.
Tom Hanks.
I have to think longer than Kenny about this.
I just wanted to
Robert-
prove you wrong, and so I put the first person that came into my
Robert Pattinson.
Batman boy.
No, I'm Batman, but he was supportive of my role in the movie, and so it's fine.
All right. Let's see. Let's get caught up with chat for just a little bit, and then we can answer a few more questions. So, Secret of Evermore. That is the Bucky O'Hare is a classic. A patron in 2 months. Great, Danielle. That's amazing. Symphony of the Night was incredible.
I loved seeing you. I didn't watch you play the whole thing, but I love watching you like 200% it.
Yeah,
Or you fell in love with it.
2% or whatever that total is. Kenny is Tom Hanks.
That's a compliment, Kenny. That's really nice. Tom Hanks is a good guy, I think. His son's a little
I
weird,
think so too.
but Chet Hanks? No, Kenny's Chet Hanks.
Favorite
couch co-op. Oh no. I guess the answer is Smash. That's what I grew up playing the most, couch co-op.
That's a really classic. One of my answers would have been TMNT Manhattan Project. Y'all got to
Dude.
couch co-op that.
It was
'cause
great.
It was my gift to you. So I don't know that that's one that we could like pick to do.
Oh yeah.
If that's why they're asking the question.
You know that's why he
But
picked
that's-
that game for the
that's up
takeover.
there.
Because he knew I was coming, but you didn't know.
Mhm.
We're international. Greetings from Brazil. Hello, Masato. You gonna do that every single time?
You're always the one with the tight corner.
Everybody's still talking about Kenny and Tom Hanks.
He
Like,
said he's the cat. Dylan said it, you're the castaway version. Where's Wilson?
I saw earlier someone ask if Kenny was gonna take off his hat during the live stream.
No, he's not. There's no
There's
way.
there's a Patreon goal that we're gonna set
That would be a good goal.
for see Kenny without a hat on,
Yeah.
and it's the highest tier.
Would you
goal
do that?
we've had.
I don't know if you would do that.
No, they've seen me without a hat on. I'm sure at some point.
Yeah, I posted a screenshot in Discord that we. Oh, thanks, my Bjork shirt. Yeah, it was like when we used to do video early on, and Kenny wasn't rocking a hat there. He had more hair.
Y'all don't know what he has on under there. He might have just a
What we're not okay with?
he's got a
Okay.
ponytail under there. All right, he doesn't want us to talk about his head. Someone asked in chat. We have to answer it, Kenny.
I'll put up with it grudgingly.
Begrudgingly. Guitar Hero would be awesome as co-op game for us. We'd have to have like all the stuff.
Guitar Hero would be such a fun game, but you gotta have hardware. You don't want to play that like
No, you
on
gotta.
a keyboard or some other kind of interface.
Oh,
Like
I
it's
guess
one
you-
of the few games that's completely like 100% hard. Like some of the Wii games too. There are some games that are very hardware
Duck Hunt.
dependent. That's one of them.
Yeah, but I bet people do play it on keyboard like as a rhythm game kind
I'm
of thing.
sure, but it's just not the same.
No, it's not the same.
Someone just complimented your shirt as well. So my shirt is the only shirt that hasn't been complimented so far. It's Texas, all of the different cities. So not all of the cities, but at least some of them. Will Kenny take his hat off if Dustin agrees to take his shirt off? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, I'm down, but he's not. He knows I will take my shirt off very easily.
Would you rip your shirt off? Like tear it?
If he rips his hat off. I would never. You know me enough.
You see how quickly he tilted that head?
Because that's not the
touched
green
it.
one, right?
What green one? I have a hat.
And this is it?
No.
Yeah. Now I have multiple copies of this hat.
He's not a real person.
Well,
I've seen his assortment, and they're all the same
They're
faded
all
shade
the
and
same
everything.
hat?
I have other hats as well, but there's more for the hat. There's more than one of it, just in case.
Moving away from the hat, I'll take my shirt off anytime.
What about a question?
Yeah, I've scrolled, so it's any
Okay,
of those near the top.
Okay, Kenny, which one?
Okay, no, what's your favorite controller? I saw that. What's your favorite
Ooh.
controller?
Here's an NES one. Mine's... Oh, I think the answer's just simply the Xbox One controller.
I mean,
It's
it is the
really
best
perfect.
controller,
It's
but
like-
it's not my favorite.
It's versatile. I mean, it's great for any game you need to play on PC.
It was not time-proof, and the technology was old, but
What?
the N64 is
I love
a
that
sweet
one.
spot in my heart.
I love
love joystick getting introduced. I know it wasn't great yet and janky. I love the fact that they were okay with messing with ergonomics and giving you the option. I love that it was a trigger prominent thing, which hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
The C button accessibility, like, it was a really good control. There's a reason they've gone to something more generic that, you know, catches everything
Sure.
these days, and you know, kind of just have the thing that fits.
But it looks like no other
yeah.
controller ever.
N64 is for sure one of
It's
my favorites.
crazy. Yours is PlayStation.
PlayStation 2 probably
So
with
good.
the dual
Yeah.
dual thumbsticks,
Dual shock.
Yeah, that's
They were soft. They were so
They're
soft,
soft.
dude. They were good.
Rumble pad on or off?
on
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. You had to put one into the N64 one. That was the worst.
I'm just
part.
saying this guy probably like surgically removed the rumble pack because that's something he would do.
He opened it up and tinkered with the board.
How do you hold your N64 controller with 3 hands?
Right. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Just the third one comes up.
Okay.
Okay. What's a video game style / genre? They didn't really mean it. You wish you liked but can't wrap your head around.
Who asked that? Let's say names.
That's a
Nathan.
great question.
Nathan asked that.
What's one that you like but you can't wrap your head around?
What's one you want to like, but you can't get into it for whatever reason?
Yep.
Like maybe you're bad at it, or maybe like everybody else likes it, but
Yeah.
you can't. I'm gonna just jump straight in and say
All of them.
I'm not gonna say that. Souls games.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. They look fun. They're everything I would like, but the lift of just punishment is too much for me to have ever even like given them a shot. Maybe I even would love them. I'm just like intimidated by them, and I'm like,
I know.
nah, it's not gonna happen.
Well, let me just say that it's really fun to gatekeep Souls games as a player.
Right.
So you're not born with the gene. +L + ratio, get good.
I'm okay with that.
But you should try it, and I think you would like it. I think that's gonna like it too. It is scary though, like the culture they've built around those games and the reputation is like you don't want to get into it, you don't want to touch it, but it is fun to gatekeep.
It's difficult for me to think of a genre I'm not good at. Like
Oh, Kenny can't beat me up, but I'm good at every game.
Strategy?
That's your answer.
I don't care about that, and that's like playing a board game.
Exactly.
I could beat you up, but anyways, and I'm not a fighter, you know. But anyways, I know the water bottle was invisible. That's why I tried to hide it. Okay, not yours, mine.
It's pretty cool looking, actually.
I don't know of a genre that I mean, honestly, like, okay, I'll say this, and I'm starting to wrap my mind around it, but those bullet hells, I love them now,
Yeah.
and there's still a long climb for me, but I'll just say that just as an answer.
Okay.
I know I already gave an answer, but it's actually a wrong answer. I'm changing my answer. Fighting games.
Ooh.
Terrible at them.
Yeah.
Just learning the button inputs, being consistently good enough at them, reacting that quickly and in real time. I wish I was good at them. There are some real-time type games, certain first-person shooters, whatever, that I learn enough of, I can get pretty decent at. Trash at fighting games.
See, that might
but
be my answer.
Wish I wasn't. I want to
Same.
get into them, but fighting games.
I think that might be my answer too. If not that, Battle Royale games, they're popular, they're fun, people love them. I wish I liked them, but every time I've played one, I'm like, I don't like this at all. And it's not that I'm not good at it, I just don't have the desire to get good at it. It's just kind of like, okay. But that's where the fun is. So
I've seen a few people ask about WarioWare. Have we played multiplayer together? When are we recording? We haven't played multiplayer together yet. We're going to. In fact, our plan right now is, and we'll solidify this and post it up on our Patreon tonight, but our plan is tomorrow night to do a couch co-op live stream where we are going to probably start with playing our game of the week, WarioWare multiplayer, but then our patrons are going to be able to select the multiplayer games that we play together. So we could play any of, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We could play Sunset Riders. We could play any of these other ones that we've mentioned,
Mario.
or other ones that you would want us to play.
Street Fighter 2.
Turbo.
yeah,
That would actually be so fun.
yeah, that'd be insane.
I would lose everything, but I would have so much fun
That would
button
be a
spamming.
lot of fun.
And then when are we planning to record WarioWare? This Friday. We're going to record Friday. Our plan is Friday afternoon we're going to record WarioWare. So it's a little bit earlier than what we would typically do, but it gives us enough time to play it together, and then it gives you still enough time to submit your commentary and also your Patreon pool game. So at the end of WarioWare, we're going to be randomly selecting from our, not the Retro Master list, but from the Patreon pool list. So if you're a patron at $5 or more, so at our patron level, I think is all that it is, then you can submit your games and we might play your game as the next week's game. And we're planning to record that first play together as well, even if it's not a multiplayer game.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it if it's not. Sean asks, what is the average time you play a game for the podcast during the week?
So I think it totally depends, week to week, game to game, type of game to type of game. There's, I think RPGs come up. I can't speak for all of us, but RPGs are something that takes more time to get a sense of it.
Yeah,
we're gonna put more time into it. There's some NES games that you play it for an hour and you've gotten everything you can out of it, and so we just kind of move on. And it probably depends person to person. Dustin, I would imagine, probably overall puts in a little more time than either of the other of us traditionally. But it's just so variable, that's hard to give an answer to.
I think it also depends on whether or not we're talking pre or post Elden Ring.
Elden Scrolls.
Because Nolan hasn't played any of the retro games for a few weeks now.
Yeah. It'll be a while before I do. I mean, I've got a lot of game left.
It also means pre or post episodes. There's some games that we've discovered on the podcast that have become our games.
DCSS.
I did that for DCSS for a long time.
He did that.
I told you guys that right now I'm still playing It Lurks Below. I'll probably play some of that for you guys at some point this week because it's fun. Yeah.
Let's do rapid fire. We've got some favorites. All right, so we're gonna everyone's favorite Street Fighter character. That's not rapid.
Long arm guy. What's his name?
Dalsim. Mine is Blanca.
Vega. Favorite Final Fantasy character. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lightning.
Black Wizard. No, Red Wizard.
Vivi's not my favorite. I thought we were all gonna say Vivi.
No, mine's Lightning.
And yours?
Yeah. Red Wizard.
Red Wizard.
Unnamed wizard from Final Fantasy 1 is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Is it called Red Wizard?
Red Mage.
Red
you
Mage.
numbnuts.
Changes, you upgrade.
Okay.
And my favorite is, Cloud Strife. Or Vincent Valentine I really like as well.
Can I just say Chocobo?
Next question.
Chocobo?
All right, we're doing favorite Smash character. That's for Nolan only.
No, Kirby.
Marth.
Meta Knight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a good character.
In Brawl,
Give us favorite questions. Let's do this. Favorite Street Fighter 2 fighter. I think we kind of answered that.
We just did.
Yeah. This is a second. This is another person. So
Oh.
we're not, let's see. Ask a few favorite questions, everybody. Just what is your favorite? What is your favorite? And while it's coming up, what's your most anticipated game for 2022? Yours came out. Elden Ring.
Mine's already out. I'm gonna be playing it all year. I don't think I have another one.
I don't know if there's anything in the pipeline that's got me super hyped.
There is. I'm blinking. The next Path of Exile League.
PoE 2,
that,
like,
you know,
for sure.
they're not coming out with 2 yet, but the next league, I'm saying, the next update.
They'll drop 2 eventually, maybe this year.
All right. Favorite SNES game off the top of your head. SNES is a GOAT console. so
Chrono
there's-
Trigger.
That's what I was gonna say. So it's hard to think of a second best.
Favorite SNES game.
Super Metroid.
Is Link to the Past SNES?
Yeah.
Link to the Past.
Yeah. Favorite TV show.
Breaking Bad right now.
Yeah,
Breaking
we've been
Bad.
talking about it for days.
That's one of mine.
Sopranos.
Favorite chip flavor.
Plain Lays.
Barbecue?
Yes or no? Has I almost said has a chip ever made you cry? Has a video game ever made you cry?
Yeah.
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 Elden Ring.
Let's see. What's your favorite video game music at the moment? That
At the moment, nothing.
Slay the Spire soundtrack.
Ooh. I like that
and,
soundtrack.
DCSS soundtrack.
Funny.
Favorite place to purchase on the Monopoly board.
Boardwalk.
It's the third orange property. New York place? New
I
York?
like the red series.
That entire corner. Yeah, both your oranges and your reds.
It's a good
are your
corner.
best value
It's a trash
to
can.
like increase. So I think we all know that those are good.
Favorite Mario power up? It's the, let's say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Poison
The
mushroom.
The Kanuchi.
Kanuchi.
That wasn't even your answer until I said
No, it was mine.
Tanuki.
That was
Tanuki.
Favorite Disney movie? Okay, 1.
1, 2, 3. No, we're not doing that every time. I don't know.
Lion
Aladdin.
King? Oh, Aladdin's good too.
Lion King. Second favorite Beauty and the Beast. Third favorite Aladdin. Let's see. Favorite animal? So
Peregrine Falcon.
No.
quick.
Dog.
Red Panda.
I like dogs.
Favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple.
You just said that to say that.
I didn't.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni and jalapeno.
Okay, Forrest Gump. I thought he was Tom Hanks.
Favorite gaming console?
Kanuchi. This one right here, baby. N64.
Am I allowed to say PC?
Sure.
PC.
And I mean, yeah, I guess if you're allowed to say PC, then PC. It's all the
Y'all are being
consoles.
stupid. Y'all are
Speak
being
your heart.
Oh,
Yours is
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2. I had all my RPGs. Favorite breed of dog?
Whip
says
it.
Dan.
Whip it.
Doberman.
Golden Retriever. Favorite work of fiction?
That's too hard.
That's so hard. I don't know that I could pick a favorite. I'll just say a classic favorite for me, Ender's Game.
Mine's definitely not Ender's Game.
I would say.
It's my favorite of all time. but,
Lord of
like,
the
it's
Rings is mine.
Classically one of my favorites.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm looking over to my left because
Yeah.
Kenny's or wherever we are has a bookshelf.
Harry Potter. It's
Don't
probably
just
yours.
steal my answer.
Harry Potter.
I mean, what's my favorite work of fiction? Goodness,
Yeah, that's hard.
that is a big question.
Mistborn? Is Mistborn it for you? I think it might be.
Maybe the Mistborn trilogy, if I
Yeah.
can include all 3 of them.
It didn't say work of fiction.
Favorite thing about Kenny? You want to start?
Yeah. My ears.
His unyielding resolve to get something to work, which is why we're doing this right now.
One of my favorite things about Kenny has always been the same. I think I shared this recently when we were live. Kenny will always engage you in whatever conversation topic you want to talk
Yes,
about.
he
So
will.
he never looks at you and acts like you're. That's not true. He never disregards a conversation that you want to have. If you want to have it, he'll invest into it just like he's just as interested as you
Yeah.
are.
Which is a good quality. That's a lot of people would say that is people pleasing, but it's not in that way. It's just
No.
it's in a very sincere way.
It's the yes and approach to life and improv and I don't know.
Favorite monster movie? Mine's The Thing.
I don't do a lot of horror, and so monster movies are not my genre. There is I forget the title of it, someone in chat may know, but there is a vampire flick that's a foreign flick out of like, I don't even know, Denmark or something, that was really good. I can't give you more details than that. 'Cause I don't pay
Nosferatu?
attention. No.
Okay.
I don't watch monster movies. Sorry, don't have a question for you.
Question for me?
Or an answer. I guess my brain just decided not to work. Let's stop doing favorites. Let's go back to some of our questions. Nolan's looking at it, so Nolan, do you have a question for us? While you're doing that, oh no, go ahead.
Kenny
Put
Rickard.
the right one in. That's it.
Oh.
Thank you, Dominique.
Nice. Rickard asked, Kenny, did you play any use map settings in StarCraft?
All the time.
What is that?
So it's custom games.
Oh.
It's so you know the history of like Dota style games and where League of Legends started as like custom variations of Warcraft maps. StarCraft had a really robust scene there. I did and still to this day do occasionally when the fancy hits me. And I actually have a map that is one that was a favorite to play years and years and years ago that I can't find, that maybe I'll put a bounty out on Discord for anybody that's a big StarCraft fan.
Dustin's favorite material in FF7, asked also by Rickard.
You know it's materia.
He said material though.
Maybe poison. Oh no, it's the 2x slash that can be changed, upgraded to 4x slash.
Omni?
That's super powerful. So I know Kenny and others probably expected me to go to summon materia, which summon is great, but I love how you can like mix and match these kinds of materia like 4x cut or slash and get some really powerful effects from there.
This
enemy skill.
This might be hard for us to answer. What's the rarest game you own?
I don't physically own lots of games. Like, I'm not a huge collector. I definitely have some. I do think my understanding is that Manhattan Project was relatively rare as a cart on NES, and it's one I have. That's the only one I know of as something that has some rarity. I might have something that's a little bit more rare, but I don't think we tend towards being collectors, so I don't know if we'll have informed decisions.
There was one recently that you said was up there in price, and I do own it, and I forgot what it was. It was a recent, just Bomberman? I don't own Bomberman Hero. It's not Bomberman.
Unfortunately, the only physical games, the earliest physical games that I have at home, I just looked at them. I have like 6 N64 games, and it's GoldenEye, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It is, what were the other ones?
All the ones that everybody owns, and there's copies of, like, falling out of people's ears.
Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah,
like no collectors.
Same. I have the ones that you can easily find, so I don't think I have an answer. I have the gold card of Majora's Mask, but that's not rare.
Yeah.
That's what it came in, is the gold card.
All right, let's go to another question. Let me see here. Nope. Yep. Is there a future of NGP Productions life where a B team of hosts is added? Wow, Clint. Good question.
Yes.
It's a great question. I mean,
We haven't talked about
I
it.
don't know. I'm gonna just say maybe.
No, there is a future. I don't know if we'll be in that
We've
dimension.
loved community collab type things. You
Yeah.
know, the stuff we've done where people have come on either as guests or to, host our retrospectives or whatever else have been huge hits. I think we're open to, like, NGP as a concept growing from like just being a podcast to other kinds of gaming related like
Sure.
entertainment, and I think that growing in other ways is certainly on the table. But I don't know how big the table is.
About this size.
Okay, well, it's a small table then.
Yeah.
I echo those sentiments. I echo both. We are a community-driven podcast, and so we want to continue to expand that community. And when we find quality community members that we feel can add beneficial retro video game content to our community like that, then that's definitely not out of the question.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool to see too. Dominique asks, when are we getting a one-off episode where your wives take over?
February 29th? Wait, February 30th?
You're trying to choose a non-real day?
I don't think that will ever happen.
Because I don't think they would want to. That's why it wouldn't happen.
The concept is funny. I don't think anyone would actually be pleased
We'd
with
be like,
the result.
Hey, I'd go to Hannah and be like, hey, we want y'all to do the episode. She'd be like, do I have to?
Yeah, I think my wife, if she's in the right mood, like quirky, silly mood, she would do it. But to get all three, well, it's probably not gonna happen. So,
what game do you love that everyone else hates?
What game do you love that everyone else hates?
Yours should be easy. Is that shmup?
You talking about Darius Twin?
Yeah.
Which that could be a multiplayer game that we play this week. That'd be so much fun.
It would be fun. Any of the shmups. The other one that we didn't like.
That's a really hard question. I feel like the inverse we could come up with some answers to. Like the what game do you hate that everybody loves? Dustin could drop Tetris. Like there's some classic things that we hate. I don't know that there's a lot of games that are well known for just being like hated.
Yeah.
I guess there are.
I think I have an answer, and I've thought about this before, but I'm blanking, so I don't know.
Garlisle did follow up with, relatedly, what game do you hate that everyone else loves? So let's.
Well, in that case,
usually probably Tetris. Or do you hate Tetris?
I don't hate Tetris. I hate Dr. Mario.
Do me too.
Yeah. Apples to.
But
they're the same.
No, they're not the same. That is crazy. But I don't like Dr. Mario.
I mean, it's literally very comparable.
Fortnite.
No.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I think we could make a big list
I
here.
I can go a while. Call of Duty, battle royale games in general.
League of Legends.
No, League is the best. League's the best.
I was looking at Dustin.
I know.
Because he lets me down.
Y'all played a few games a couple nights ago. How did it go?
We're not gonna.
Next question.
Talk about that.
Let's see what other questions we have here. What do y'all think of the God of War series, David?
Meh. Actually, I know people are like hardcore into that series, but I've played the first one. It's great, but meh.
Don't know enough to say. What I've watched has seemed intriguing. I would probably have fun playing them, but it's not my go-to genre. So I don't know what would get me to.
I know the new one was like a huge deal. People loved that one.
Yeah, they're big.
Do you like those games?
I wanted to play the new one, but I needed to start at the beginning because y'all know that's what
right, which is not easy.
So it's not easy.
To do, no.
But I played through the first one. I played through the second one, and on the third one, which is supposed to be better out of the first three, I just stopped. Not because it was bad, but because it was more of the same. Those first three games are not stories. They're
really?
Story-driven games. No, it's
That's right.
I don't know what the genre is, but it's just action.
It's an adventure game.
Well, you got just tons of enemies coming at you, and you fight them, and it's button combos. And I respect them. I think I would really love the newest one,
but you got to work for.
Work
for it.
I've got to finish one other game before getting there.
Yeah. Dan asked me what my favorite FromSoft game is. It's Dark Souls 1.
A cool question. Someone, I think it was Danielle, said that she wanted
a cool question.
A cool question.
Oh, okay.
Danielle said, "I want to start a gaming podcast. Any tips?"
Yes, lots.
Yeah. Okay, so my tips.
Okay.
find a concept that you like, and then do it, and then like
Really good tips.
no,
Ma-
it's super important that you know like,
I'll help you.
what your shtick is,
Make
what you're gonna do.
Make sure it's specific.
Yeah,
the
find a
idea.
specific thing that's gonna define what you're going to do, and then do it consistently. Stick to it.
Okay, and then like practicality stuff. You don't need the best mic. You can use your phone these days and get acceptable audio as long as you're in like a quiet room and space, and you can produce it straight from your phone with like what's that app called? That it's like
Podcaster,
no, it's like a popular one that
Easy Podcast.
you're not helping. So don't
your
be
own podcast.
don't be afraid to continue to record even though you feel like you don't have top of the line, because you're not going to have top of the line.
Podcast 101.
And
you.
when it comes to podcasts, it's not a get rich quick scheme, and it's not a get popular quick scheme. The majority of podcasts that begin, I've seen statistics before, but are done within the first year, easy.
Yeah.
And so it's keep going, and people will find you. That don't be overly, listen, it's produce good content, and that is even less on the like audio quality side and more on the conversation personality side, and people will find you. So don't spend outrageous money on products, don't spend outrageous money on promotion. Just make sure the content that you're providing is worth people's time, and people will find it.
Yeah,
And if you stop having fun with it, then stop,
for sure. Yeah.
because it's going to be bad.
And if you're boring, find a really interesting topic or a really interesting co-host,
And get
or-
better, like
or
just
get a
practice.
personality.
You can practice. Well, yeah.
I mean, you can do that.
You can get better at broadcasting.
They
of
have
course.
some on eBay you can buy for pretty cheap.
Oh, for cheap? They
Yeah.
got good personalities on there?
Yeah, they're all used, so you gotta be careful.
Pedro said Anchor. Was it Anchor?
Anchor,
Oh,
yes.
it was
thank you.
Anchor.
Yes. Anchor.
Not any of the ones
you can
suggested.
fire up Anchor, record, and it will like do a lot of stuff for you. It'll even like promo stuff for you. It'll post everything. It's a great app.
We have had a few companies reach out to us to see if we wanted to promote their products for money before, and we haven't said yes to any of them. One of them, I think we've talked about. When did we talk about that? It wasn't on an episode.
No.
But I feel like we talked about that. But also, I think just this morning, we got another email from Manscaped
Yeah.
asking if we wanted to promote some of their
So
stuff.
now you're giving them free promo
They're
just
just-
for trying.
I mean, it's not free promo.
I think saying the name alone is not promo.
Sure it is.
It just doesn't fit at
All press is good press. No, we're certainly open to like the value there, but like we want the right person. That's something that's gonna fit and be interesting to our audience and not be onerous in terms of like, you know, being obnoxious in terms of how we do that.
You're not
I
going to
don't-
hear a Manscaped ad.
Yeah.
I can tell you that
for,
much.
for the moment, we can say that the patron-driven model is working great. for
Yeah, I
us.
don't think that we'd be like,
we're,
wow, ad
we're
revenue.
pleased with it, but we're certainly open to like what's out there.
Yeah, that being said, Garlisle just talked about, they were talking about promotional stuff in VIP chat on Discord, and I do want to get y'all's thoughts and opinions on this, because we've talked about it some. I don't think any of us three are anti-ads, just in general. I'll speak for myself. I don't prefer ads, but I completely understand, especially as a content creator, why people would have ads on their stuff. And I think as long as it is a beneficial product that does connect to the audience, I'm not someone that's swayed by ads. I'm sure we all are to some degree, but not, I'm not going to go out and purchase something. But I think it is there for the people that do, and then it helps fund the content creators' content. And my big thing is I just think people that make content and spend time on it and it's quality, they deserve to get paid for what they do. And if that's through ads, and I'm not even speaking to us because our Patreon model is working great right now. But I'm just talking about in general, and I wanted to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I go ahead.
No, I just want to echo how much I agree with what Dustin says. Like, we love community input here, and even in terms of like how the podcast grows as it grows, and what that looks like in terms of us finding ways to whatever that is, to monetize or to like have somebody that funds our ability to like do more production and to bring you guys better quality stuff. And like we just want this whole thing to be the best it can be for everybody involved, and we want everybody's input for those of you who are part of the community as to what that should look like, you know, good or bad.
Yeah, I agree with what Dustin said. Like they're necessary, like it or not, for like smaller time stuff sometimes, and I don't know. We're not looking to like just capitalize NGP or something. But
none of us except Dustin occasionally.
Yeah, Dustin will.
Think that you know, we're going to be the next Critical Role and like you know, or whatever else.
That was facetious. I don't think that. However, I don't think any of us would be completely against the idea of doing our podcast full time.
Well, no. That's just gonna take.
I know, but for that to happen, it's not just through patronage. It's through a company buying us out or something.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Or doing ads for Walmart.
Walmart?
Is that
I haven't heard a Walmart ad on a podcast. Maybe we tap into that.
Oh.
More physical touch, by the way.
I'm gonna reach out to Walmart. I know a guy.
I can't reach Kenny.
No, under the table. We can touch feet.
If you need a ship, I know a guy. Let's get a few more questions in here. I've seen a few go through.
I haven't. More questions. Come on now. What are we paying y'all for?
I don't think that's how it's working, Nolan.
No?
Let me just say, because I know a lot of new people have come in over time. We're doing Q&A, so if you have some questions that you want to know about the hosts of NGP, here we are together, physically, body to body, soul to soul.
My name's Bruce.
We're going to be doing some content over the next few days together. We'll probably be live streaming here for another half hour, maybe, and then we'll go ahead and cut that. But again, we've got tons of content planned for you over the next few days. So if you've got some questions, ask them now, and then we'll answer them.
He's gonna explode.
Yeah, if you have overt questions about content that's coming out, probably the best thing to do is just check out Discord. Most of you who are here are going to be there. If you're not, do hop in the Discord channel. Going to be the easiest place to get all the deets about when to hop in for other, you know, live events, when to and what to be looking for, you know, stuff that we record and that's coming out later.
YouTube formats that link incorrectly, but if you copy that and put it in your URL bar, you can join our Discord. I
do have a gripe to pick with Nolan that I've never brought up to him, so I think doing it live here today is the place to do it.
Okay.
All of our social media handles are NGP Podcast, and then when Nolan made our Discord handle,
I can change it.
New Game Plus. Oh, can you?
Yeah.
That easily?
Yeah, I can do it from Kenny's computer.
Grudge over.
We're not at Kenny's, so.
All right, Dominique's question.
Are you going to group hug to celebrate the fact that you're doing the live stream together in person?
Yes, at some point. Does it have to be right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Group hug. No, I'm just leaning in. Nolan can come in. I'm just leaning. Hold on, the hat's in the way. Thanks, guys. That was a moment I will cherish.
Now let's just wait for about 30 seconds so that we can see it on the.
While we wait, Farmer Guy says, "Can you remember the first games you ever played in your life?" Fun question. Nolan?
Yeah. That's a good question. I have an answer. It is the Jungle Book on Genesis. Like
that's
you're
fun.
You're Mowgli fighting the what's his name? The snake. That guy. Yeah.
It's probably not my first, but one of my earlier memories is going through the Link to the Past all the way. I had hand-drawn maps, and I do all this. And by the way, I think we talked about all of this. We did some special episodes. It's been a few years now, where we each had our own episodes. Nolan had two. I had two. Kenny had two.
Yeah.
One of them was talking about our favorites, our top 10 games, our favorite games, and then one of them was just talking about our gaming histories or our stories, something along those lines. If you want to check those out, they'll have some more there. But that was one of my earlier memories. I'm sure my first game was like Mario, but
Mario was.
It's a great answer. I have a very distinct memory of playing original Mario, the one that was you can do the shooter, Duck Hunt / Mario. And I remember sitting on a waterbed, to give you some time of the era, at my aunt and uncle's house on their little TV and playing Mario.
Kenny
when
on
we
the
went
waterbed?
to visit them, and
Okay.
that was probably the first.
Nice.
thank you, Michael. Love the podcast, guys. Keep it up. Appreciate
that.
Um,
We will.
thank you, James. Dustin, you're my favorite host on the NGP podcast.
James.
Thank you, Kylie. NGP is the
Kylie.
best podcast that I've ever heard before, retro game or otherwise. Thank you,
Fake
Kylie.
people know.
But if people watch this later, they might not be able to see the
No,
chat.
the chat will populate next
Come on,
to
just
it,
act like
so
there's there, guys.
Any games you've given New Game Plus that you'd like to take back in retrospect? We've thought about the opposite of that.
Sure, there's probably some.
Bomberman 64.
That one's harder though. The taking them back is trickier to remember.
Yeah, it is.
I need to pull up a list.
I do not think so. For most of the episodes, I make sure I know my answer. There have only been a couple where I've been like, I don't know going in. So no, I would stay.
There are some that I would give NGP that I didn't. I don't know if I would flop on any, because in the moment I enjoyed it and thought other people should enjoy it too.
Yeah.
That one's harder to flip than the other way.
Yeah, I agree. It's harder in that direction.
Yeah. Cody said, "Why does Kenny get insulted the most during NGP episodes?" Do you want to take this one?
Well, Cody.
No, it's a physiology reality. The way insults work is they enter your body through the lower portion of your face, and because I've got more bearding, I can take it.
The real answer is
there's your
what he
answer.
just did, and then the second reason is because it's funny.
Most hours you put into a game, from Danielle.
Path of Exile, and I don't know the number.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
not Path of Exile for me,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe StarCraft, maybe League, maybe WoW, just because when you're playing in density and in huge amounts. I don't know.
It would be a
that's
sad number if I
hard.
saw it. If God could just throw the number in front of my face and say, "This is how much time you've wasted on a video game," I
You
would be
used
like,
to be able to, at least in WoW, you can. There's a console command to
Oh, I bet.
bring up the hours you've played. People used to do that in chat all the time.
I don't want to know the answer to this question. Danielle.
Yeah. Can we opt not to answer this question?
I have no idea, but I feel like I have no idea on all of these questions. It's just because I can't remember. But Hades, I put a good amount of time in, but not near as much as Final Fantasy VII over time. But WoW, I only played for a year, but we played a lot.
You played a lot. You also played a lot of Halo 2.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like an obscene amount.
What Garlau asks, what modern game do you think deserves more attention and love than it gets? That's hard because modern games get quite a bit of love, even undeserved love.
I'll do one. My wife and I often will look for story-packed games and play those. There's one that I had not heard anyone else talk about, and I'm forgetting the name right now. And it's but someone can help me out. It's set during or around the French Inquisition and during the Black Plague, and there are tons of rats that you can control. We just played it recently, and it's a story-driven game that no one knows about. They're actually making a second game, so at least some people knew about it. But it's so good. Did I not even tell y'all about it? We played it about
Maybe
a month
you
ago.
did.
A month ago.
What's it called?
Good question.
Oh, you forgot.
He doesn't even know.
Okay, someone will know because they're really good about
I
it.
don't feel like I have an informed answer here, but because the genre is a kind of unique one, and I think they're great, and I think they could have used bigger community and more development and maybe some story fleshing out, I'm going to say the Risk of Rain series. Risk of Rain 2
Ooh.
was excellent.
Yeah, that's
and I would love to see a couple other characters added. And they're popular, but they're like smaller group popular. The people that know them, but I don't think they're like widely known. People ought to check that game out if they haven't heard of it. It's pretty fun.
Plague Tale.
I thought of it as soon as I stopped talking, but yeah, a Plague Tale. Yes, a Plague Tale. Okay, so Garlisle, Alessandro, Dan,
30
Farmer, Clint. It is a Plague Tale. It's a great game. It's not perfect, but it is a great game.
You think no one's heard of it, though. Clearly people have.
They typed in French Inquisition rats and got a Plague Tale.
Or they got a history article.
Yeah, about the real life. If you reverse the order of it, I think it's about Fallout.
My answer about modern games that should get more love is Vampire Survivors. Yeah. It's super sick, and it's like not a big commitment, and it's like arcadey, and there aren't many like arcadey feeling games now.
That's your It Lurks Below right now, right?
I'm not
Where,
playing
like,
it right now.
No,
I'm
no,
playing
you're
normal.
like your like casual game that you pick up is single player.
Sure.
Like, you
I
just
would
play
say
it for
it's
whatever.
more like your chess right now.
Yeah, both are kind of working for me as like filler games.
Let's do just a couple more questions. I know that Retro Man has asked many times, where did y'all meet your wives? That's probably too personal for Kenny.
No.
Okay, then you begin.
Oh, I met her at church.
Okay.
It's a good place to meet a wife if you
Dustin's
go there.
answer is college.
I met Kara the same place that I met Kenny.
College? Or my dorm room.
Or
my dorm room.
college.
I met my wife through Dustin's wife.
His wife is my wife. Look it up.
It gets weird. Don't worry.
A lot of people are talking about Plague Tale now. I accidentally had Plague Tale. I bought it while drunk. Well, that's not that big of a mistake. A lot of people do a lot of worse things intoxicated.
You dropped something.
Isaac. Hey, shout out to Isaac.
Shout out Isaac.
Isaac from Fort Hood, shout out.
Oh my goodness.
Caden, I have not heard of Tales of Iron. It is a story-driven 2D styled game, and it's narrated by
No way.
Geralt.
From The Witcher.
Did I pronounce his name correctly?
Game, not the movie, so it's not. Oh boy.
No. A Plague Tale Requiem is coming out. That's the sequel to Plague Tale in a
Okay.
sense, by the way. So.
Okay.
Cool. Let's wrap up.
Yeah.
And one more time, just to let you know, I'm here, and we're going to be together for the next few days, and so we're going to create tons of content. We're planning currently a live stream tomorrow night and the following night. If nothing changes, those will be 8 p.m. Central Time. And we will put the full schedule up for Thursday and Friday on our Patreon. We'll make sure to link it in Discord, but you need to be at one of those two locations. We'll make it public on Patreon so everybody can see it, even if you're not supporting us. But if you would like to support us, you can go to our Patreon, probably in the show notes below. I believe some of our links are there. So you can check out our Patreon. You can join our Discord. That's where the three of us chat. The two of us chat. I chat.
Kenny does not.
Every once in a while.
On a semi-regular basis, and we'll talk there. And did it kick a lot of you? I see multiple people being kicked.
Yeah, that's on.
I wonder if...
Sorry.
I don't know. Okay, so we will our Patreon, our Discord. You can also find our Twitter, any of our social media stuff down in the show notes. But stay tuned, because we're going to be doing some content for the next couple of days together. We're also, when we're not live streaming, we're going to be creating other content that we'll be releasing in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot planned for you. And if you're in Discord, we'll probably share some pictures, some behind the scenes
Shirtless.
video along the way, and you might see me topless and Kenny topless.
Kenny fans.
Yeah.
They were asking for an
Might
OnlyFans.
is a good word.
It's a 50. Is everything 50-50?
No.
No.
Like something either happens or it doesn't happen.
I'll tell you what's not 50-50. Kenny beating you in a fist fight. It's 100% Kenny.
You really believe that?
Yes.
It changes when you nuance it as a fist fight.
Well, then fight. Take fist out.
Okay, thanks.
At the end of this week, Kenny and I are gonna fight at this point. So, hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing some couch co-op tomorrow night. That's the plan. And yeah, again, if you are a patron and you are submitting Patreon pool games, might want to keep that in mind. Because we're gonna play it together. All right. Any final words?
Peace and love. And Kenny?
Thesaurus.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you guys for your support. See y'all tomorrow.